Hello, 6th grade Pre-AP. This is Miss Ulrey. I'm going to go over your assignment for Wednesday, September the 9th, in case you weren't able to join us live, or maybe you just needed a little bit more direction, or you wanted to hear the instructions again. One thing I do ask is be sure that you do click in the order of the slides and follow them as you go. Okay, so the first slide you're going to come across is you will be watching a vocabulary video about comparative and superlative adjectives. So you're going to watch your vocabulary video, and right here there are two anchor charts to give you a little bit more of a description of some more examples for your comparative adjectives and for your superlative adjectives. Okay, so remember that adjectives that compare two people or things are comparative. Superlative adjectives are adjectives that compare three or more people or things. So another indication is if the adjective is one syllable, you add est. So look at these examples: strong, and then you add strongest, add est. Big, biggest, right? These words right here are one syllable. If the adjective is two or more syllables, add the word most before the adjective. So let's say you want to say I had a wonderful day. However, you want to be a little bit more descriptive. I had the most wonderful day. Okay, now over here on the comparative adjectives, again, if the adjective is only one syllable, you add an er. So you're going to want to make sure you study these and do go over these because you will be quizzed and tested on these comparative and superlative adjectives. So be sure you pay attention. Okay, so now we're moving on to our mentor sentence. This is your second week with a mentor sentence, so hopefully by now you are more familiar, and this has to do with comparative and superlative adjectives. Again, we went ahead and told you what comparative adjectives are, and we give you an example. Okay, comparative adjectives describe how two or more nouns or pronouns are different. They compare. So here's an example. 8th graders are older than 6th graders. Older is a comparative adjective. So remember, an adjective describes a noun, okay, or a pronoun. Notice how it ends in er. This is common, but it's not always what happens. For instance, good does not become gooder. The comparative form of good is better. Okay, so we have the superlative adjectives here, and then an example, and then you're going to be looking at the sentence. She is beautiful and strong and mighty and just the way she is. So you're going to be working on Wednesday's comparative and superlative adjective sentences, and be sure that you type the comparative and superlative forms of the adjectives below. So you're looking for beautiful, give me the comparative and superlative adjective, look at the word strong, and then you're going to do the last word, okay? Okay, so yesterday you read Prince Francis' first read, and you answered some questions about the story. I hope you really enjoyed it. Now we're going to be digging a little bit deeper and talk about the plot diagram. Okay, so stories, unlike other types of writing, there are 5 elements, and those 5 elements are numbered here on this mountainous-looking hill: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if you'll notice, as you start to climb the hill, this is the exposition where you find all the elements of the story, the beginning of the story, the conflict that introduces the characters, and the setting where the story takes place. And as you keep on going, you get to the rising action. Then you get to the climax here at the very top, number 3. That's the turning point, the greatest suspense or action of the story. And once you hit that point of the story, you start to come on down the mountain. All right, and that's called the falling action, where action and events that occur after the climax. And resolution is the very end of the story, where the conflict or problems are solved. Okay, so this is real important that you remember this plot diagram. It's like a mountain, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. So you're going to start answering, a couple of questions and dig deeper with the story. Okay, so be sure that you do go back to the story as well. And as you go through, as you can see, another copy of your story was put here for you. Be sure you read the questions as you go through. You need to make sure that you use complete sentences, guys, and look at what the questions are asking, and then you're going to type your answers, okay? So you're going to go through the pages again, and we are digging a little deeper, okay? And you're going to see that as you go through these questions, these are the types of questions that you're going to be reading as the weeks go by, and when we have our cold read summative test, okay? So that's going to be a major grade. And you'll have a story similar to this where you'll have to answer multiple choice, but the questions are what you need to pay attention to, okay? So you have a total of 11 questions, and that's it. So go ahead and work on these, and as you complete the assignment, you want to make sure that you submit it. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email, or you can put a comment in Schoology. Have a good day, guys.